G'day, I'm Vaughan from MSC Moto Australia. We're the only Australian manufacturer of steering dampers, rotary vane steering dampers they are. And today I'm going to show you why you need one of these at the Finke Desert Race. A rotary vane steering stabiliser, damper, dampener, whatever you want to call it, doesn't really matter. They all do the same thing. What they are is a hydraulic device that essentially pushes oil through a little valving system that is adjustable, and it can meter the maximum speed that your steering can turn when it hits an object or head shake or anything to do with wheel deflection or the front end of your bike not doing or behaving the way you want it to. The steering damper is a fully adjustable unit. It has 20 clicks of adjustment on the main setting, which allows you to go from a very, very slight soft damping level when you feel it at the handlebars, even though it is actually doing something when it's at that low level. It will only basically slow the oil down at an extreme impact. So that will allow your handlebars to, you can grab a hold of them. But for things like the desert racing thing, you generally have the adjuster wound up quite a lot firmer, which this has 20 clicks. And when you get to the 20th click, it is extremely hard, which we believe is more damping than you're going to need at something like the Finke Desert Race, Hatta, or even general off-road riding or adventure bike riding. With steering dampers or stabilisers, one big debate with a lot of them is the return to centre damping circuit. So for past years, there's been steering dampers that have zero dampening on return, which basically means the steering damper, as you turn into the corner, it will dampen away from centre. Then when you want to counter steer, it releases, giving you a zero dampening on return. The other way of thinking is having it damping everywhere, and that allows it to be, well, essentially it'll give it a bit more of a stable feel, particularly in the middle with desert racing. It stops the wiggle in the middle. Now, where the MSC system is unique, we have our Active RTC, which is secretly bored into the back of, drilled into the back with little valves of the unit. What the RTC does is it holds pressure on the return to centre, just like the full return to centre damper. But if you need to put a fast feedback into the handlebars to, say, counter steer in a chicane or to dodge an object mid-turn, it has basically a blow-off valve in it. So that will allow your handlebars to come back to centre as quick as you need them, as the same as what a zero return to centre damper will do. So we believe we've given you the best way to achieve both types of return to centre circuit all in one unit. The reason you need a steering damper or steering stabiliser at the Finke Desert Race in particular, it's a very serious race, it's a very high speed race, and it's very rough. Myself, I've done it 8 times and I've finished all 8 times. And believe me, steering damper of any brand is an absolute must. What they do is when you're absolutely flat out through the desert on some of those rough trails, particularly in the 4-wheel drive tracks, when you have exposed rocks, loose sand that's all the choppy ground, what can happen is you slap one of those rocks with your front wheel, your handlebars can either send you into a head shake, or even worse than that, they slap right around to the steering stops and next thing you're on your face. These things, they stop that speed of which the handlebars can go round to the steering stop. The oil goes through the valves, and the valve has a terminal velocity that it will allow oil to go through, much the same as your shock absorber. Instead of it just blowing straight through the spring and then ejecting you, the damper slows that oil down. That's what these do. They slow the oil down. They give you a nanosecond to catch the handlebars, and therefore allows you to relax for the period of like a 2 or 3 hour race, such as Finke. The MSC Axis steering damper, which is what we use and recommend, like I use it at Finke. We've developed this particular unit since 2014. It is 100% made by my family. and all our staff, and we make it on our own equipment in our own premises, right from we get a delivery of aluminium and steel and brass and all the materials that we need, and then on our many CNC machines and lathes and injection molding machines, laser cutters, everything that we have here, we build this complete unit and all the mounting kits, everything except for the screws. We make it in-house here, assemble it, package it, and get it to you. So if there is anything that you ever need, we're right here. We're 1 hour north of Sydney. We do our absolute best to support our products the best we can. Yes, at Think Time, our back orders in previous years have got out a little bit, but we've made big strides with huge investments in equipment and everything to hopefully for 2024 we'll be able to supply you a lot faster and stay on top of orders much better moving forward with all our new equipment and more staff and everything else that we've done to improve our business. But yeah, thanks for supporting a small Australian company and a family business, and good luck at Think in 2024.